Nahum, the director of the KOSMICA Institute, joins me now. Nahum, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
What exactly is ITACCUS?
ITACCUS is a technical committee within the International Astronautical Federation that it started 10 years ago, exactly, in 2008. And the purpose of this committee is to include arts and humanities in the space conversations.
So how important is ITACCUS in addressing the traditional views that space activities are really owned by space agencies, national space agencies, and the private sector?
We have this assumption that exploring space is a field of only science and technology, and also of those superpowers that can reach there, either nations or today private space companies. But we should remember that space is heavily rooted in every culture around the world. Every ancient culture had a personal relationship with space, and our understanding of what we are comes from space. So it's something that we cannot claim ownership. It's a common, it's a shared thing, and therefore everyone should participate on it.
So how are artists then challenging that? How should we be participating?
Artists can participate in so many different ways, from enhancing the poetics of discovering the place we live in, to making the difficult questions that science and technology cannot address. Questions of who owns space, who owns the moon, ownership, authorship, even exploitation, topics of who is going to space, why certain people have access to space. These questions can be addressed by the humanities and the arts. It's not that we have the answers, but we are good at formulating questions and opening them up to the society.
So how have artists and cultural practitioners always shaped the way that we envisage our future on Earth and beyond?
Well, that's very interesting, because since before there was space exploration or scientists working in space traveling, you had artists writing beautiful fiction or composing music about going to space. So the art and that creative activity of imagining future scenarios started with artists. Now that we are able to do it, I think artists are equally important. We have to push the limits. That might not be possible to do it with science today, but it will fuel scientific activities, as it happened with Jules Verne, as it happened. And right now there are artists that are doing it. For all these reasons, I really believe in the power of art in space activities.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, Nahum.
Thank you for inviting me.
Really interesting to hear about. Thank you.